Hey, listen, fresh off work, let's get straight to the content. Hey, yo, so listen, man. I'm driving the forklift today, right? And I'm listening to content. It's not a lot of content out. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I ain't gonna bore y'all. It's not a lot of good content out, right? I'm having COVID nostalgia, bro. I miss all the content from when COVID was popping. I can't even lie. So I don't know what content creators y'all listen to. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I could share some of the content creators I listen to, and maybe y'all have the same sentiments as me, right? So during COVID, I was listening to a lot of Joe Rogan. Of course, I listened to a lot of Joe Buttons. I was listening to Asmongold. I was listening to Lex Friedman. Who else I was listening to? That's about it. Like the main content creators I was listening to are those people, right? Yo, after COVID and with all this political stuff, and I'm not going to get too much into political stuff, but like content has been kind of trash, bro. Not so much like it's been good topics for like content creators to touch on. They've been covering it so trash or biased or just like with a hidden agenda. You know what I mean? Like Joe Buttons. Like I miss Joe Buttons snapping on Spotify. Now, granted, you gotta leave like room for people to grow so their content gets different. I respect that and I understand it. You know what I'm saying? And the people that I'm talking about, not all of them. Let's use Joe Buttons as an example. His content not trash. I just miss that old Joe. I'm not talking about the old cast. I'm talking about the old Joe. And like, not saying that Joe still don't be in his bag, right? Because Joe still be on his bag. He still be in his bag. But like, I miss that. Joe don't got that flair he used to have, bro. And a lot of it got to do with the cast. Now, if you follow some of my content, I'm not the biggest fan of certain members on the cast, right? But nothing is a bigger example than the Joe Buttons podcast covering this Dr. Umar situation. Now, if you're not familiar with the Dr. Umar situation, do your research. Real quick, Dr. Umar is super Pan-Africanism. I'm not that. I'm FBA all day, right? But like I'm saying, I'm just talking to y'all. So Dr. Umar got iced out his account. Listen, it is what it is. The nigga got locked out his account, right? So Dr. Umar goes on telling people, first of all, I'm so tired of Dr. Umar repeating himself like Mike Jones. It's just like, yo, I need those donations, brothers and sisters. I need those donations, brothers and sisters. Like, I be tired of that type shit. I ain't gonna lie to you, right? So he goes on his live and he's saying how his account got hacked. Now, magically, Dr. Umar talking about his shit gonna be closed for 30 days, right? I know people that work in the fraud department. I'm not going to disclose the people close to me that work in the fraud department, but people real close to me work in the fraud department. It do not take 30 days for them to go through your account, find the fraudulent activity, and open up the account. It really just takes you going to a branch. The person I'm talking about, they handle fraud accounts all the time. And when they say, once they sense fraud, they say, we're going to close this account and you got to go to the branch. That's it. So Dr. Umar talking about this account 30 days, it's just nonsense. And this is my problem. So Joe Buttons is starting to touch on it. And here comes Dr. Mark Lamont Hill. I don't want to call Dr. Mark Lamont Hill a grifter because he really believed this stupid shit. But you got to realize he was once in a cult. So he's liable to believe in some stupid shit. And he's having every excuse. Yo, Lamont Hill is basically, Mark Lamont Hill is almost saying, well, yeah, Dr. Umar is asking for money, but he don't need the money. Like, I just can't take this bull, Mark Lamont Hill. And if you read the YouTube comments, a lot of y'all fans are starting to see what I've been saying. When you had dudes like Elevation and Danny from the Stop and this person, that person, bigging Mark Lamont Hill up, yo, I could sense the whole time he was on bullshit. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, bro. You gotta be careful with them educated brothers. I'm not saying all of them, but it's like 80% of them be like little grifter, scammy type niggas, bro. Like Mark Lamont Hill, I'm tired of him fumbling words. He wouldn't even, like normally, if Mark Lamont Hill wasn't there, Joe Buttons would have really cooked bull. You know what I'm saying? He ain't even fucking cook bull. Like, cause you got Mark Lamont Hill fucking copping pleas for the bull. Like, yeah, bro, if he online asking for money and saying, oh, don't send it to here, send it to here, nigga, it sounds a mess. Then all of us regular human beings know that fucking school that Dr. Umar is building is never going to be popping. Mark Lamont Hill talking about, y'all been to the school. I've seen the walls, the plumbing's good. Like, nigga, shut your ass up. Let me guess. You also went to Akon City too, Mark Lamont Hill. I'm just tired of it. And throwback COVID, Joe Buttons would have never allowed this. He would have fried Mark Lamont Hill and he would have fried everything. But I feel like Ian is somewhere feeding Joe shit like, yeah, this dude's the golden ticket. Like, yo, I'm sorry. Mark Lamont Hill does do a solid job, but he's annoying because he's a kiss-ass bull. If he feels like you associate with any groups that he associates with, yo, he going to defend you tooth and nail. This shit is ignorant, bro. I miss old Joe Buttons. I'm not going to lie to y'all. COVID Joe Buttons, when Joe was talking that shit, he needed that Joe Rogan money. I was with him like, no, Joe Buttons is that bull type shit. You know what I mean? I was with him. I'm not saying Joe, because he's my favorite content creator. I'm not saying he don't deserve that money, but like COVID Joe, that nigga was different. Joe Rogan. Yo, before all this Trump meat gobbling, before all this right-wing meat gobbling, when he just was like, oh, I'm just like, I miss throwback Joe Rogan, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. And like, the Democrats really drove him crazy with the COVID shit. Because let's be fair, COVID is past now. Them calling the vaccine a vaccine was bullshit. They should have called it a booster from the rip. A lot of the, I never got the COVID vaccination. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. But I took a lot of vitamins and I worked out. I took Joe Rogan's advice type shit. And I only got COVID one time. I know motherfuckers got the shot. They got COVID like 9 times. I ain't gonna bullshit you, right? But I missed the Joe Rogan vibe of like, yo, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. This is like a nerd video. Y'all remember when Joe Rogan first had Elon Musk on? Nigga, that shit was cool. Elon Musk was like a dorky ass awkward dude. It was cool, but he was trying to be cool. It was like a giraffe just being born and learn how to walk. Like, oh, look at this, so cute. Like, not saying no Diddy. It was cool seeing Elon Musk be like a dork. Now look at this shit after COVID. Elon Musk done got hair plugs. This nigga done got a fucking reverse BBL. This nigga done got all this shit. He trying to fit in with right-wing people. He trying to act cool. He fighting for freedom of speech. Like, this shit is a fucking mess, bro. By the third or fourth time we had Elon Musk on the podcast, he's like, can we order some pineapple pizza? I would love that. Like, this nigga's a robot. He's not creating the robots. He is the fucking robot. He's a fucking dork trying to fit in with people. And COVID Joe Rogan with Elon Musk was just a dork ass dude. He wasn't trying to fit in with nobody. At that point, everybody thought Elon Musk was socially awkward, but it was just cool to have a dude like an innovator type bull. Because Elon Musk is a piece of shit, but he's an innovator when it comes to electric shit type shit. You know what I'm saying? And the nigga had a cool flamethrower, but now the nigga's a fucking weirdo. Try to fit in with a bunch of racist conservatives with Nazi ideology. During COVID, he was just an awkward nigga. That shit was big. I miss Graham Hancock on the fucking podcast. Now listen, what's the boy name? Spencer Dimwittle, whatever the fuck his name was. That dude was a weirdo. But he kind of made Graham Hancock look like a fucking dumbass too. And I was like, damn, Graham Hancock during COVID? Graham Hancock during COVID was cooking shit, bro. I miss that shit. I miss the old, when they would do the fights. Oh, I can't think about it because y'all know I'm off this vodka. But I miss the old Fight Companion with Joe Rogan, Eddie Bravo, fucking Brendan Shaub. Like, I miss that vibe. Don't you miss... Listen, Brendan Shaub, he gets cooked online a lot. Rightfully so. Don't y'all miss old COVID Brendan Shaub? That is vintage Brendan Shaub, bro. He was funny without trying to be funny. We was laughing at his lisp all the time. It was like right before Joe Rogan got really mainstream, and then Brendan Schaub felt like he was really mainstream. Like before all the comedy shit, like just Fighter and the Kid, and then the Brendan Schaub show, he break it down to MMA. It was a nice vibe. And Brendan Schaub did everything to fucking cook it, bro. Multiple episodes you have Brendan Schaub saying, oh, well, you're not in the in group, so you don't know. It's just like, yo, Brendan Schaub, shut the fuck up. It was like, yo, like Brendan Schaub was the lovable fuck up. And then he started thinking he started thinking he was like bigger than what he was and what he is. And this shit got cooked. And like, one of the early things I knew Brendan Schaub was becoming annoying. Brendan Schaub had a comment. I'll never forget this. I was listening to it. I was driving a forklift. And he said, he was talking to somebody. And he was like, Brian Callen. Yo, Brian Callen before, like during COVID, Brian Callen, fucking cool ass dude. After COVID, he started thinking he was fucking Socrates and giving us all these fucking philosophies about being conservative and the Democrats. It's like, yo, that political shit, maybe it's because they was living in California and Gavin Newsom was doing a shit job, but it like killed that whole Brian Callen, Brendan Schaub, and Joe Rogan vibe, bro. Like, but anyway, I remember Brendan Schaub trying to explain, I think to Brian Callen, like who Charlamagne the God was. And he was like, yeah, he's Joe Rogan for black people. And I was like, what the fuck is Brendan Schaub talking about? Black people listen to Joe Rogan. And more black people listen to Joe Rogan. More black men listen to Joe Rogan. Well, at that point, during COVID, more black men were listening to Joe Rogan than they was listening to fucking Charlamagne the God, bro. Despite what y'all want to say, listen, it's a lot of fucking Gawk 3000 going around for Hulk Hogan. But Joe Rogan during COVID was really telling us, yo, take your vitamins, exercise, try to be healthy. Like, he was really on that shit. And it's just like, damn. I had like, just driving the forklift today, I had crazy COVID nostalgia for podcasts, bro. My boy Asmongold. I don't know exactly when I discovered Asmongold. But when I discovered Asmongold, Asmongold might be one of the best video game content creators of all time, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Like, Asmongold had the ability to make me care about a game that I did not give a fuck about. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. So, like, Asmongold would make builds for video games. Let's say Elden Ring, because he had a legendary build. Like, a lot of these games that Asmongold plays, he makes epic builds. Out of every content creator, if you ever want like a popular content creator to follow when a game comes out, to like follow their builds, I would say follow Asmongold. But guess what? My boy don't even do no fucking builds no more because he's so caught up in the political landscape. I miss old Asmongold, bro. I'm not gonna fucking lie to y'all, bro. And I'm not one of these guys. Listen, I'm not on no silly shit, bro. Do I think Asmongold is racist, right? No, I don't think he's racist. Can Asmongold be ignorant and biased towards certain shit? Yes. For instance, so Asmongold, if you watch his videos, right, he gets massive views when it's some political shit or it has to do with some race shit, right? So a lot of times you'll see Asmongold break down content about, let's say, like it's a dude named Cash Jordan. I don't follow Cash Jordan, but I'm familiar with his content. So Cash Jordan will like have a lot of videos about New York. And he's coming from a conservative perspective. I'm not trying to have political wars right now. I'm just saying Cash Jordan comes from a political perspective, right? It's always an immigrant did this, a Hispanic did that, a black person did that, right? So Asmongold covers a lot of this shit, right? So for a person like me that discovered Asmongold during COVID, the content that he puts out now is so fucking biased, bro. And I wish Asmongold could like see that. Now, granted, I don't think that Asmongold does shit for money. I'm not gonna lie. I'm sure he's swimming in money, and he don't spend money on nothing. If you're familiar with Asmongold, the nigga lives like shit and dressed like shit. It is what it is. And I got, to this day, even though Asmongold can be biased with shit, I still got love for Asmongold because, like, he's just a human being type shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying, I'll even listen to Hassan Piker talk about some shit. Yeah, Hassan Piker can be uber, like, I don't like when Hassan Piker cock slides for, like, terrorists in the Middle East. Yo, we could say the shit going on with Palestine and Gaza is fucked up. Yo, you don't got a cock slide for the Houthis, bro. And outside of the political views and shit like that, and some political views I agree with Hassan Piker. And in some political views I agree with Asmongold. But it's just like, I'm probably more likely to lean towards Hassan Piker because once you get into the Asmongold rabbit hole, it's a bunch of racism. I'm sorry, bro. It is what it is. I'll fuck with Asmongold, but he got a super toxic community. If you're dealing with Hassan Piker, you're going to have to identify with human beings that want to identify as a well. I'll rather deal with the well people than the white people calling me a nigger and telling me to go back to Africa. Listen, bro. Some of you niggas is from Ireland and Italy. My ancestors been in America longer than y'all. You gotta shut the fuck up. It's like, it's nothing more American than a black American sometimes. Even Asmongold, his ancestors from Germany. Yeah, my ancestors probably been here longer than Asmongold's. I ain't gonna lie type shit. But like, I miss old Asmongold. So wait, I'm getting off topic because I've been drinking. I'm gonna take another sip. So Asmongold will cover a topic. So let's say you got the black people stomped out the white people in Cincinnati. Whoop they fucking ass. Opened up a can of whoop ass. They had finishers. They did everything. I seen somebody hit somebody with a Hulkamania leg drop. I seen somebody hit somebody with the people's elbow. I seen somebody get hit with Stone Cold Stunner. I seen all of this shit, right? Asmongold will cover that, right? But then he will not cover a black dude was jogging. Now for me, as a black guy that lives in the suburb, shit like this freaks me out. Now, I'm not the most in shape bull, but I try to maintain and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to eat some pulling. Listen, some of y'all don't got a PJ Willingham's where y'all from. I got PJ Willingham's. And my daughter brought me a cheesesteak. Let me see what this shit look like. This shit look weak as hell. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna show y'all that cheesesteak look weak as fuck. And they gave a nigga chips instead of fries. Jesus. But like, Asmongold didn't cover the white dude shooting the black dude that was jogging in the neighborhood with a gun. He ain't gonna cover that. Cause his like conservative right wing like demographic is so high, he won't even sacrifice. And I'm not saying he won't disagree with them sometimes, but he won't even sacrifice showing white people acting crazy as fuck, bro. Cause I'm watching all this shit. Black, Hispanic, white, Asian, everybody's acting fucking crazy. But Asmongold will kind of like lean into like, yo, and Asmongold won't say it. Like I said, Asmongold is not racist, bro. He's not racist, bro. But he will lean into like white nationalist ideology. And for a fan like me, I'm like, that's tough, bro. And I catch myself more and more not being able to listen to a lot of Asmongold content because he's leaning too much into like far right ideology. I'm not saying Asmongold is far right, but a lot of this shit, like he brought up the I think her name, I don't know this white girl's name. Her name is Sydney Sweeney or something like that, right? She's fucking beautiful. She don't got no ass. She heavy on the rack though. Beautiful woman, right? So it's like she's leaning into like this Nazi ideology of like eugenics, right? This is the funny thing about eugenics. When you look at some of the Nazi generals and even Hitler, they actually had dog shit genetics. Now I'm 6'5". I don't give a fuck how you feel about my face. I'm 6'5" with amazing eyebrows. Nigga, that's grade A genetics. So Sydney Sweeney is talking about the oh, I got great genes, and she wearing great jeans, right? Asmongold is talking about that, and people making it seem like that's him being far right. That's not him being far right. Because Sydney Sweeney is a beautiful woman. She do got great genes. I'm a guy that actually owns Levi and American Eagle jeans. American Eagle jeans are pretty fucking good. Now, are they leaning into that type of Nazi eugenics? Yes. But you can flip it. Because a lot of these conservative right-wing people, when you look at them, they actually have dog shit genes, bro. And I ain't talking about their pants. Like, look at their fucking genetics, bro. Look at a fucking puny-ass dude like Matt Walsh, bro. When Hitler was talking about eugenics, if you put Matt Walsh right here and Cam Newton right here, I know Cam Newton is black. I'm pretty sure fucking Hitler might take Cam Newton over Matt Walsh. Matt Walsh is skinny like a pencil. The nigga hairline kind of far. His genetics is dog shit. Even if you look at eugenics, you got Asmongold, you got Hassan Piker. Hitler probably take Hassan Piker genetics over Asmongold. Asmongold looks like a skinny Hulk Hogan. That's my boy. But the nigga looks disgusting. And he's trifling as shit. Smart ass guy. Great video game builds. Fucking nasty as fuck. So I don't have a problem with Asmongold's opinions on that. But then you hear Asmongold talk about George Zimmerman. And he's like, George Zimmerman isn't racist. And he's leaning into, now George Zimmerman, if y'all don't know, I don't think he's white, or if he is white, he's like half white. But George Zimmer, like, so Asmongold is saying, oh, like, no, George Zimmerman is not white. How can he be racist? He's not racist. He was assaulted. He was found not guilty. Yo, bro, George Zimmerman was running around with a bunch of Nazi ideology type people, Asmongold. And for a long time, the media was calling George Zimmerman white. And George Zimmerman was identifying as white. Why are you even going into a rant about this? That's when Asmongold gets on my fucking nerves, bro. Shit like that, bro. But like I said, I'm gonna wrap this video up, but like, I miss old COVID podcasting entertainment, bro. And we might never fucking get it back. Like, subscribe, turn your notifications. I'm out.